Alrighty then, time to add our guy here because he is the central element. We really do need to add something. So let's go ahead and add him in here. So first, for the time being, go ahead and use one that I've provided for you. If you don't like that, you can use a different shaped guy. So we're going to go place embedded. You should have downloaded this file. So here it is. We're going to place him. And we're going to make him pretty big. We don't need to make him full size yet because we do have such a high resolution. And we're good. I'm going to turn off my guides by going to View and turn off Extras. All right, now the easy way to cut him out is in two steps. One, you're going to use the Selection tool, and you're going to simply select all of the different parts. Simply going over it like this. This is just going to be rough. Okay. And then holding down the Shift key, you can add to it if you need to let up. Like I just needed to take a break and move my mouse around. Okay. So I'm holding down the Shift key to add to my selection, and I let up each time. Okay, now that indeed is pretty rough, and I need to come in here and clean some of this up. Also, by the way, I'm going to be sending you links to a couple videos. Learning how to cut out in Photoshop is like an essential skill, and it's so good to know how to do. Okay, sorry, my laptop's going a little slow right now. All right, so to clean this up even better, what you're going to have to do is zoom in. Whoa, a little freaky. Yeah, that guy's face. Okay. But anyway, I want to clean up around his leg. So here I'm going to use the Alt key and hold down. And you'll see, do you see my cursor goes minus? It's kind of hard to see, but it will turn to a minus. And I'm going to click around here. I'm going to go around his whole body like this, making these adjustments. So that way he is cut out very accurately. All right. I'm not going to do that right now in this video. Because we don't have time in the video, but you can do that. Go around and with the Alt and Shift key, and then also change the size of your, to get your brush to get smaller. So I want to shift to add like this finger. These little details like this really make it nice when you're cutting somebody out. To have this and like to cut out like his shoelaces here. And then to get this out in between this little thing here, this is what makes it look like a more professional cutout job rather than a bunch of students did this. So I just click to get that, and get the shoelace, but I'm trying to get rid of the hole. Let's see, does it work? Yeah, there we go. So it went around the hole. And so I would go around, zoomed in real tight. Oh, I need to get this shoe here. And I would go all the way around him, fixing this and cutting this out. Yep, see, I totally missed his hand here. There we go. And okay, you could do a better job, but for now, we're going to go ahead and go with that. And I'm going to zoom out now. I'm going to also save my selection file in case I need to come back to it. This is just a good habit to do. I'm going to say player rough. This is just my rough selection. So now we are going to refine this edge. So selection, refine edge, Okay, and this is where it gets really cool. So I'm going to do smart radius, give it just a little bit of a radius, not too much. I'm going to I'm going to smooth it out a little bit, no feathering, up the contrast just a little bit, and then shift the edge inside just a hair, and then click decontaminate colors. Now these settings do a lot of strange things, but for the time being we're just going to use them like this. If you did a good job on your rough cut, you'll see that he is now going to be cut out really well using this. Actually, let's zoom in here. I'm not liking this line on his shoulder. We shouldn't be seeing that. We need to get rid of that somehow. Yeah, that's the decontaminate colors. Let's see. Okay, we'll need to get rid of this, but for the time being for this video, we'll go ahead and leave it. But we'd want to continue to slightly change these adjustments. Okay, so we're going to leave him as is. And now we have him cut out in a great way, which with a mask, meaning we can actually come in here with black and white and continue to work on this cut if we, his head seems a little strange. The way that it's cut out. But this is actually a really nice cut job for how fast we had to do it. Okay, now I'm going to turn back on my guides, and I want him to be huge. I want him to be just really big and like coming off the page. Especially since his foot's kind of cut off anyway. So I keep in mind, where are my... This might be helpful to have my mask on also to get him sized correctly. Yeah, because now I can see that's kind of strange. So let's continue to adjust him. I like his foot down there by the logo. And I want the ball in the space, but him completely off. This is good. All right, I think I'm happy with that. All right, next we need to adjust him. The images that you're going to be getting are not even going to be colored this well, not that this is colored all that great, but all these colors are kind of strange. We want idea, feeling, so we're going to adjust this so that way he looks a little bit more like an idea rather than an actual person. So we're going to go and do hue and saturation, and we're going to make him kind of the light blue. So I add this layer and I click colorize, and then I choose it to be close to that that faith feeling light blue, and then I close it. Now I've got this adjustment layer on top of him and on top of everything. Hold down the Alt key to make it go right on top of him only. There we go. Now let's do another adjustment layer for brightness and contrast. So up the contrast, make him, actually no, I don't like brightness and contrast. Let's get rid of that. Throw that in the trash. Let's try levels instead. There we go. Levels is like brightness and contrast, only stronger and more refined. There we go. I can even take off the black if I want him kind of whitish. Okay, and I want to make sure that it's only being applied to him also. Nah, do we want to keep the black in there? Not sure. Not sure. Well, this is one where you can keep playing with things and keep trying to adjust it and make it look great. But for now, we're going to keep moving on. You can keep adjusting things to try and pull out something grand. All right, next we are ready to put in those shapes behind him. So we're going to do a rectangle, and I'm going to go to my swatches, and I'm going to make sure that I have selected my red swatch, so my fill is there, and I'm going to do no fill, and I'm going to give a big rectangle here, and then I'm going to do Control T to rotate that rectangle, holding down the Shift key to make sure that I have the exact 45-degree angle. Make sure that it's stretched way off. And we're good then. And pull it behind him here. Let's delete this one. And then I just do the same thing with two more little rectangles. Okay, this is just simply my idea. You can, and we should, guys, each make a slight variation of this. So maybe you don't use rectangles. Maybe you have lines going a different way. We want them to match with the colors and the flatness, but we can do slightly different variations of this. Just make sure the logo is in the bottom and the middle, and we have a dark blue background and a person. And then from there, we can do different things. So, all right, I'll see you in part 3 of the video.